Hi there. Can you hear the aircraft? It's like coming up to midnight here and the aircraft is still around. They're on board. I live near an airbase, and to my subscribers over in America, I have a large number of subscribers over in America, we're on war footing over here in this country. Well, I try not to get too involved in this kind of stuff, but that's not the right one. Mr. Blackster. But when some of your politicians say, well, it's a lot of money, you know, but what are we getting for our money and delaying things in Congress? It's money well spent, because what you don't contain today, it's about letting a fire rage and saying, well, we don't know if we want to spend the money on a fire extinguisher, you know. So I don't think you realise, guys over there, just, oh, that's the one I want, that one there. Just how close it is to Judgment Day, really. Get too far into that and everything. That's your tax dollars and everything. And also, I would just point out, I see a lot of comments on the internet whenever this comes up. People say, well, they're not paying their way over there, i.e. over here in Europe and stuff. But you need to remember a couple of things. Firstly, over here, it hasn't affected you guys, but over here for 25 years we were working on a Commerce for Peace arrangement. So we were buying a lot of stuff from the Soviet Union, as was Russia as is now, but it's still blocked there. And obviously China as well. Working on the if we were a good trading partner and they were getting a lot of money from us, then we would be buying peace. So that had to come from somewhere. We were buying stuff more expensive over there and we could have bought it elsewhere. And a lot of that came out of the defence budgets. And secondly, we said, well, why are we contributing this? And we've got 10 million Ukrainians in Europe now, but we've had to find how, by we, I mean we in Europe. I won't get too long-ranging in this, but you know, that's 10 million people that we've had to find houses for and put on the hospital, put on doctors' waiting lists and find school places for, etc. You know, no one's come over here speaking fluent English and been able to take a job straight away. It just hasn't happened, you know. Which, because you don't have that, so we're all playing our part, really. Personally, if anyone wants my opinion on it, I haven't been Army intelligence myself. I personally think that Putin's going to do a reverse. I haven't seen there's any analysts so far, this is just my own personal opinion. But I think that Putin is actually going to do a reverse pincer movement, reverse Scorpion. So I think he's going to go as far into Ukraine as he can. Until crossing as many red lines as he likes, because we in the West, we always say this far and no further, and on he goes, and we say, okay, well this far and no further, and on he goes, and well, right, but this time, and next time we really mean it, you know, all right then, you know. So I think he'll get that far, and then I think he'll double back for the Baltic states. Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. You have to bear in mind he's been planning this for 20 years, you know. And I think he's going to do that. I mean, his assurances that he won't invade NATO countries mean nothing, A, because his word means nothing, but secondly, he doesn't consider them to be NATO countries. He considers them to be part of Russia that's been kidnapped by the West. And he's played it very well. He was quite happy for you have to look at the population now. about 20, I can't speak for Estonia and Lithuania, but having been married to a Latvian and knowing her family, and so about 25% of the population of Latvia absolutely worship Stalin and can't wait for the Russians to come back, because they didn't have to pay for anything under the Soviet regime. And then the walls came down and they had democracy and they had a vote. But vote for what? They had no money, they had no food. My ex-wife used to tell me about, because all their electricity was free, and she'd say in the winter months, because it was free, it never occurred to them to turn the heating down if the apartment got hot. They would just open the windows and let the freezing cold air come in, you know, because it was all free. And then it suddenly wasn't. And they went to get their pensions. And so, well, there's no pensions. What do you mean? I'm 72 now, I'll get my pension. You know, that was then. You have to pay in if you want a pension. Well, I can't start paying in now because I'm 72. Sorry, no pensions. Off you jolly well trot. And off they did trot, muttering, oh, Stalin, come back, and hating Gorbachev. So that's 25% of the population. Another 25% of the population is too young, or too old and infirm, and a lot of the men of fighting age, conscription age, they all got out into Europe, and they're all filtered in around all these other countries. And if you think there's no sleeper agents in amongst that lot, you are, you're insane. So I can't speak too much for Estonia and Lithuania, but certainly you can write Latvia off as a NATO country. And of course, how are you going to defend it? Well, if he decides to go into Latvia, there's no one in there to fight them, for the reasons I've just explained. And how do you get the West in there to protect them? You can't. Once upon a time you'd have gone straight through Ukraine, but they're the whole swathe of Ukraine now. So he's played it very, very cleverly. Sorry, I just rambled on there, didn't I? I would love to be wrong, but I seldom am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where does the sun go to at night? I need to know if that's all right. Does it sink into the sky's lake? Well, what kind of mysterious shapes would that make? Oh, and what secrets does the sun hold? I guess I need to wait to be told. Does it turn into the moon? They say if I'm patient, I will find out soon. Well, the sun gives us those glowing bright skies, but it's a clever old moon gives us the tides. Where does the sun go to at night? Where does it hide until daylight? The song is called Where Does the Sun Go To at Night? Written by a super talented not this young man, this is who I always think about when I'm singing it, but it was written by this mega talented young lady up there. I wrote that for her husband, which was Miss Cheeky Grin, cheekiest grin of all time, eh?